Poor Dick Crippen. He's been so lonely tonight. No basketball,
no NBA, no NHL, a couple of college games. We came up with some stuff, though. Let's talk about it. The NBA is set to start its second season tomorrow night. The Sixers will start theirs with a new head coach. You want to see what he looks like? There he is right there. This is the man, formerly assistant coach Jim Lynam. He was named today on the heels of the firing of Matt Guokas. Seems Guokas just wasn't winning, and in Philadelphia face it. Winning is everything. Whether or not it will be business as usual for the NBA remains to be seen. The NBA's Players Association is challenging the league's college draft, salary cap, and right of first refusal free agency system. A federal judge who said he would let things stand for the time being late last year today granted a certificate of appeal. Now an appeals judge will hear the case. Elsewhere, the AP Top 10 basketball poll is out, and it continues to bring surprises each week. For the first time, the Temple Owls are up there as #1. How about that? Jumping all the way from 5th to 1st. Purdue, Arizona, Oklahoma, and Pittsburgh filling out the top 5. The second 5 sees North Carolina in 6th, then UNLV, BYU, Duke, and the Wildcats of Kentucky, who are busy working back to the top spot if they can do it. In action tonight, well, there was a bit of an upset. St. John's, number 20, was down by Boston College by 4 points. And as you can see, the other one is expected, 18th-ranked Bradley beating St. Louis. Well, we can't let the night go by without looking ahead to next football season. Texas A&M has been invited to play the Kickoff Classics next August in New Jersey. The Aggies' opponent is yet to be named. What a start to the year for Tim Richmond. After a near-fatal bout with pneumonia, word got around that his big problem was drugs. He waited during the NASCAR off-season to prove the rumors wrong. He volunteered for a drug test. This past weekend, NASCAR gave him one and then suspended him. The results were positive. Today, the results of another one, and he's reinstated. The results were negative. He does not have a ride for the 500 just yet. The events of this past weekend are not going to make it any easier for him either. Another story about Daytona, this one kind of unique, because the driver of this car, number 19, the red car, last week, Roberto Guerrero, smashed up in the IROC practice. He had to miss the race, and a day later found out he had broken his foot. During tire testing at the Indy track last September, his car smashed into the wall right there. He was in a coma, but miraculously recovered. Doctors said it would be 2 years again before he could drive. Within 5 months, he was testing his Indy car in Phoenix. The broken foot now from Daytona has him back in the Indy hospital. He's starting to think, is his home away from home?
I think I'm getting a room with my name on it in this hospital now. It's unbelievable.
Guerrero will miss the first IROC race this weekend, but you can expect him back and ready for the Indy 500. Well, the New York Mets avoided arbitration with pitcher Sid Fernandez when both agreed to a one-year $580,000 contract today. He was one of 5 players around the league that signed and avoided arbitration. Meanwhile, pitching ace Dwight Gooden is balking at the reduction the Mets want to make in his salary. After he had 15 wins last season, Gooden is still headed for arbitration at this time. In the NBA, well, we told you earlier, it's the All-Star break. The game was played over the weekend. They will resume tomorrow. And the NHL, yeah, same thing, All-Star break. Their All-Star game will be tomorrow, so they've got a couple of days off. And as far as the daily doubles were concerned, at High-Lie, a 5-1, $148.80. Derby Lane at a 5-5, $126.40. Good night.
Yeah, you didn't even have to make any of that stuff up.
No, I didn't. It was all true.
Okay,
Thanks.